I first heard about Sean and Erkin through a neighbour's sale where there was a frenzy of bidding activity at my neighbour's place, and it stopped traffic in the street. And my neighbour, who I get on with very well, was incredibly impressed and very, very happy with the outcome. So of course you think, well, it's happened to my neighbour, I hope it's going to happen to us, and that's why we got the boys in. When we were looking to sell, we had a bit of a beauty parade and auditioned 3 agents, all of whom have good reputations. And the reason why we went with Sean and Erkin ahead of the other 2 is Sean and Erkin offered us something a little bit different and a little bit better, we thought, than what the other 2 were offering. And this involved a different approach to selling. It wasn't just straight to auction. The pitch that Erkin and Sean made to us was that they would be able to reach out to people who weren't looking in Alexandria. And it turned out we got exactly that kind of buyer, a French couple who were living in the city, not looking in Alexandria, but the email reached them, they came along, and through the good work of Sean and Erkin, we sold to them. So, and I think everyone's very happy for that. I think what was also appealing was the cost situation, where the only investment we as the vendor had to make was getting some nice photos taken, the floor plan and some copy written, and that was then sent out through their database. We had 2 open homes and it sold. I think what's really important to every seller is you have certain expectations about the kind of price you want to get. Sometimes they're realistic, sometimes they're not. I think ours were fairly realistic, grounded in reality, but what really impressed us about Sean and Erkin was they exceeded those expectations by tens of thousands. And I think they extracted every last available bit of value from the purchaser. We could not be happier, really. We were delighted. During the negotiations, to some extent, you're in the hands of your agent, and a good agent will tell you, no, I think we might get a little bit more value from the purchaser, and that's exactly what happened to us. Sean came to me with an offer. I was probably okay with that offer, but he said, just let us have another go. Let's see if there's another 10 grand in there, and sure enough there was. So I'm very grateful for that hand holding and that advice, because at the end of the day, they're the professional who helps you through this. No matter how clever vendors think they are, I really think because they're so personally involved, they sometimes need some good, solid advice, and that's what I think I really value. In a rising market and a frenzy, any fool can get you a great price. But when market conditions are not perfect, or they're a little uncertain, you really rely on professionalism of your agent. And this is what Sean and Erkin impressed us with, is when they tell you something, they mean it. And when they say they're going to do something, they do it. It comes back to they mean what they say and they do what they say they're going to do. Now that is really very important in a difficult or sometimes changeable market. So I'm delighted we went with them. It was a good referral from our neighbour who was pleased, and I would give them a very strong recommendation. It also helps that I think they're both guys with a tremendous sense of personal integrity, and that I think is really important for prospective purchasers, because I think purchasers can see straight through nonsense, and I think they're good guys. You can put your major asset in their hands and they won't let you down.